What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 43, and we started this with quite a few transfer offers here. Two for Big Chris, one for Sean Pratt, and another for Tuanzebe as well. We had two for the Norwegian centre-half here, one from Cagliari, and also one from Stade Reims as well. Rejected both of these bids here. He's not growing anymore, he's now like 4th or 5th choice centre-half, but I still want to keep him here. One for Sean Pratt from West Ham, of course we're not letting the academy graduate go, and yet another big one for Axel Tuanzebe. But I've said before, Tuanzebe's like 4/3rd choice centre-half here, gets a lot of game time. He's just such a consistent centre-half, you know, really reliable, so I'm keeping him here as well. Same for David Raya as well, another bid for our Spaniard. I think clubs know now that Raya's position as our number one, let's just say, was precarious last season, and now of course Justin Balo being brought in by Feyenoord makes him our backup goalkeeper. But I said David's staying here, mate. We love Dave. Dave is staying right here, and he'll be our Cup and European goalkeeper this year, or if Balo's in poor form, could retake his place as our starting goalkeeper in the league as well. Still, with the first game of today's episode, on the back of the win on the South Coast against Southampton on match day 1 by 4-2. 20 minutes in to our first home game of the season. Not the sight we wanted to see. Ryan Nyambe in for the tired Tariq Lamptey. First appearance of the season, goes down, stays down, forced off on the stretcher. Yeah, the former Blackburn Rovers fullback lost his place to Lamptey when he came in from Brighton last season. But we still use him quite a lot. We still like him quite a lot. But that's not what you want to see. First appearance of the season going down, that's never a good sign, is it? So yeah, Nyambe forced off. We've been a better team in the first half, though. 33 minutes in, still deadlocked at 0-0. We saw Gutierrez denied as we were still goalless, but as Gutierrez again goes for goal here, it's a brilliant save by Lucas Fabianski. Then a complete scramble saw West Ham almost score a comical own goal but get the danger away as we were still deadlocked, trying to get the chance of life here, make the Niles rise through Roberto, but again, it's the veteran Polish shot stopper with another save. So still 0-0, West Ham still keeping us at bay for now. We've been a far better team in the first half though, had an abundance of chances, just needed to take one, and right before the break, we would, and of course, it was going to be this man that would get it. If Gutierrez can't do it, then his mentor can. Ivan Toney saying to the pundits, listen, don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. Golden Boot winner last year, record breaker as well. I'm going for it once again. Brentford 1, West Ham 0. It's the captain with the goal. But in the second half, we defended really well, to be fair. Hadn't given West Ham many chances at all. But I said before, the AI on Ultimate, they only need the one. And of course, if they're going to get back on level terms, you put your money on this man. Ben Rama with the equaliser, the former B, coming back to the community stadium, making it 1-1, firing in the leveller for David Moyes' side, and there was 6 minutes to go. Well, to be fair to Balo, nothing you could do about either of these goals. Vlasic bangs one in, and the Hammers complete the turnaround. And on match day 1 here at home, that's not the scoreline we wanted. First home game of the season on the back of the win in the first game of the campaign away against Southampton. 2-1 loss to West Ham. I thought we'd been a slightly better team, even though they had a slightly better XG. One of those games where the stats are slightly deceptive, I would say. But 2-1 the final score, they come from behind to win. And, you know, the truth is this. Like, last season, of course, we finished in 6th place. It was a great campaign. I think we ended up with like 68 points or something like that. As Nyambe is out for 2 months. Absolutely gutted about that for Ryan. First appearance to the club this season, and he's done for 2 months with dislocated shoulder. But those are the games there. You can't afford to lose him, man. Those are the games there. If you want to be knocking on the door for the Champions League at home against a side last season that didn't finish in a European place, you got to go for the win. Let alone not even get a draw in that game. Still, Europa League group stage draw where Brentford have got I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. Little bug, unfortunately. Bold guy pulls the name out of the hat, but unfortunately we don't see the Europa League group stage draw, but we've got... There we go, do it the old-fashioned way. Marseille, Dynamo Zagreb, and also Rosenborg as well. So a French side, a Croatian side, a Norwegian side in Group H of the Europa League this year. And I've got to be honest here, looking at that group, that's not easy. That's not an easy group. You'd say Marseille are probably the front runners here, as we had yet another bid for Axel Tuanzebe. Rejected his bid for Atalanta for Brian Mbeumo, though. Scored on match day 1. He's going nowhere. We love Brian Mbeumo. But yeah, I gotta be honest, I think Marseille are the front runners there. I think Rosenborg and Dynamo Zagreb, we can come through, but I don't think it'll be easy. I don't think we're going to coast to qualification in that group whatsoever. I think Marseille, probably the favourites to top that group. I think we probably are second favourites to get through, but I don't think it's going to be easy. We'll have to pick some strong lineups for those games, especially when we're away from home. And our first game of the group is going to be Marseille as well. If we lose on the opening night, I've got to be honest, I'll start to feel a little bit nervous just one game into our debut year in the Europa League. Still, for the second and final game of today's episode, final one of August, on the back of the loss to West Ham, another London derby here against Crystal Palace, aiming to get back to winning ways and back-to-back away day victories. And yes, 12 minutes in, he's going for back-to-back golden boots. The big contract extension, 75 grand a week, worth every single penny. Ivan Toney, he is just an absolute elite striker in this year's FIFA, and it's his aerial ability where he specialises. Makes it 1-0, heads us in front, second goal in 2, and the shocker with another as he tries to retain the golden boot. So Palace 0, Brentford 1. In the early stages, just like against West Ham though, it was all Brentford. Leading by 1, I wanted a second goal and a 2-goal cushion before the break, and 22 minutes in we had the chance to get it, and we do so as well. Starting in the team ahead of Mbuemo. Oh, he's become our vet in the dressing room. Whilst I'm not sure about the celebrations, he's a bit of a fan's favourite already. Jesse Lingard, the former Red Devil, released last season in the summer. We picked him up, had a decent debut year, and already in his first appearance of the season, he's off the mark. Turns into young cutback, Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 2, and it was just all Brentford in the first half an hour. And Stanley Young, who won the assist title last season, he's going for it once again. Brilliant cross to the back stick, second assist in like 3 minutes. At the far post, who's there to turn it in? Well, he's now become a centre forward in this team. Ademola Lookman gets his first of the year, and the former RB Leipzig man is off the mark this season. So Crystal Palace 0, Brentford 3. Seemed as though the points were in the bag at half time, really absolutely dominating. And with 12 minutes to go in the game, we've just been flawless from start to finish. Ivan Toney turns into Tariq Lamptey cutback. Third goal in 3 games for the shocker. You best believe, whilst he might have won that golden boot and set the record last year, the true greats don't rest on their laurels. He's going for it once again. Unfortunately, with 9 minutes to go, the wait for our first clean sheet goes on. Jordan Ayew turns into prime Lionel Messi, bamboozles my defenders and smacks it past Justin. So Balo is still waiting for that first clean sheet since coming in for £26 million. I'm sure we'll get it at some point, just like last season, starting off struggling defensively. But to be fair, that's just me and FIFA in general this year. Palace scoring with their only shot in the game. That just feels like FIFA 22 to me right now. But still, a big 4-1 victory and a big bounce back win there as well. And that's the truth, man. Like, seriously, if we are going to knock on the door for the top 4, we will be outsiders once again. But if we are going to challenge for a Champions League spot, if we ever have a loss and a big defeat as well, we've got to bounce back in the very next game. No excuses. So as transfer deadline day will come round, 32 million in the budget, and I just thought to myself, do you know what? It doesn't matter what centre halves I've got, doesn't matter what goalkeeper I'm using, I just can't keep clean sheets and defending this year's FIFA. So last season, the reason we got into the top 6 was because we just continuously outscored our teams. So I thought, if we can't defend, there's no point in bringing in defenders. We might as well look for as much firepower as possible. And on transfer deadline day, with his deal up at the end of the year, I said to Dean Smith, you already gave us Ezri Konsa back. Now let me take this man back. Ollie Watkins from Exeter City to Brentford and now to Aston Villa. His deal up come the end of the year. He'd love to return to Brentford. He'd love to play European football. And on 70 grand a week, a minor pay cut. I thought a minor pay cut might be realistic with his contract come the end of the season. Ollie Watkins returns to Brentford. £26 million a fee, 4-year deal, 70 grand a week. And Watkins, like Ezri Konsa, is back from Aston Villa to Brentford. 81 overall, 28 years old. He'll go right on our bench and again provide even more firepower to this Brentford team. Because again, the fact of the matter is, I cannot defend in this year's FIFA. I don't think it will matter what centre halves I'm using and what goalkeeper I've got between the sticks. I just cannot defend. So because of that, we just got to stick to our philosophy, outscore our opponents and get as much firepower as possible. Ollie Watkins has the high work rates I love, the solid player trait. He's absolutely rapid, as we know, and him coming off the bench, running at tired legs alongside Ademola Lookman. Can you imagine those two with the pace they've got off the bench in the final 20 minutes? I think that's the right way to go. If I can't defend, what's the point in bringing the big name centre-half and a star goalkeeper as well? Yes, we brought in Justin Balo, but the fact of the matter is, I won't keep that many clean sheets because I just can't defend in this year's FIFA. So just go at the other end and score more goals. That's just the best way to get success for me in this year's FIFA. So following that, another bid for Twansby, once again rejected. He was in high demand this summer window. We had like 6 bids for Axel, but I rejected them all, including this one from Maitland-Niles here as well. I also loaned out Dolan to Feyenoord as well. I quite like that too, because we just signed Balo. Oftentimes clubs will like be friendly with one another if they've done a bit of business, and they might like loan a player out to say thank you. That's what we've done there. Dolan going to Feyenoord after we signed Justin Balo. But after about our 9th or 10th or 15th bid for Twansby from Dortmund, we were rejected that once again. The final bit of business was trying to negotiate a loan deal for our young midfielder Connor Welsh, and that would do it for transfer deadline day. So quite a quiet window, but £52 million spent on our 2 new signings. Only the one sale as Dervis Soglu leaves to the Serie A for 7.1 mil. But with just 2 players coming in and 1 player going, the board said it. Keep the band together, don't look to sell our star players, and don't change much. This team last year was good enough to knock on the door for a Champions League place and get European football. We're young, we're growing all the time, so why blow it up? I trust this team, I believe in this Brentford core. Couple of new guys coming in, Watkins coming back, Balo in between the sticks, but for the most part, very little change. Because why change a team that's on the up and making a name for themselves in the top flight? With European football to come, I can't wait. So that went into this episode of Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you for next episode very soon, featuring our European debut, Marseille in the Europa League group opener, first ever European night at a community stadium. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for next episode of Career Mode, our European debut, very soon.